Taurus energy. Taurus, welcome in, guys. How y'all doing? My Taurus friends. Taurus in the building. All right, Taurus energy. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome in or welcome back. I do appreciate your support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Taurus, energy is fluid. Time is fluid. Especially when we're talking about the spirit realm. Yes, time is fluid in the spirit realm. Time is also an illusion in the spirit realm. Somebody left a comment about that. Yes, time is an illusion in the spirit realm. Yes, it is. Okay? So welcome in, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Real Talk. I hope everybody's doing well. Once again, if you're new here, welcome in. Alright? Picking up third party energy, Taurus. Third party energy. Okay? And somebody could be celebrating as well. New job, new business. Hey, new home. Somebody could be celebrating. Okay? New beginnings, success, happiness. Alright? Hang on, Taurus. This seems a little loud. Just a minute. Alright. We don't need it to drown out the messages. Alright? Taurus energy. We're going to start out, Taurus, with the Declare and Decree deck. Okay? See what possible blockages need to be cleared from your energy. Okay? Alright. Taurus. Let's see what we have for Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Energy is fluid. Time is fluid. Only take what resonates with you. Leave the rest. Right? You're not trying to make messages fit. That's not necessary. If it doesn't make sense, it's not for you at this time. If you cannot relate to the messages in any kind of way, that's fine. It's just not for you at this moment. Alright? There will be other messages to come. Let's see what we have for you, Taurus. Taurus energy. Alright. And we have, I haven't seen this card come out in a long time. Oh, okay, Taurus. So, it's one of the new cards. I hadn't seen this one in a while. You are more powerful than your enemy wanted you to know. Write, I declare and decree. Pull the card and write what is shown. Once written, burn in a safe space. You are chosen to be the spiritual warrior. You are chosen to be the spiritual warrior. So, overall, Taurus, you're powerful than you think that you are. You're powerful. You're more powerful than your enemy wants you to be. Right? They can't stop it. So what you need to do is practice you some spiritual rituals. Okay? And it ain't nothing that can cause harm. It can only bring benefit. Spiritually, protection, understanding. Right? Knowledge. So, write down your intentions, make it real, and set fire to it. Fire does what? Destroys. Okay? You would write that down and you would burn that. That you are more powerful than your enemies want you to you are more powerful than your enemies wanted you to be. And more powerful than your enemies want you to know. Right? Then you have here, all spiritual warfare waged against myself and my lineage. Okay? So I'm being led to say some things that's not on this card. But apparently if I'm being led to say it, it's something that needs to be said, Taurus. So all spiritual warfare waged against yourself, your lineage, and your loved ones is now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. All spiritual warfare waged against yourself and your lineage and your loved ones. Okay? Any spiritual warfare that comes up against you and your loved ones or your lineage, Taurus, is destroyed in spirit and in flesh. You would want to write that down. Set your intentions and burn it. A lot of people don't believe in spirituality. That's fine. I'm not here to project or force anything on anyone. You do whatever you see fit, okay, to whatever higher power that you are, connected to or comfortable with. I don't know, okay? But these things here are very important. This is spiritual. So you're more powerful than your enemies want you to know, and you're more powerful than you think you are. And any spiritual warfare coming up against you and your family or your lineage is destroyed. You do want to write that down, set your intentions, and release that negative energy of any spiritual warfare coming from anyone, any place, or anything. Okay, we're talking spiritual. Spiritual rituals are necessary, okay? And it's something that's, I feel like, very beneficial. This is a tool. This deck of cards is a tool used, right, to release negative energy. Declare and decree deck. This deck was created by Miss Shabi Zane. This is her declare and decree deck. She created it, and I purchased it. I was going through some of my own spiritual issues and warfares, and I realized and recognized what was going on in my life. That's the first step, being aware. And when I realized it, I was automatically drawn to her channel. And I know that the Most High Mother and Father and my spiritual team had everything to do with that. I was drawn to her channel, and when I was drawn to her channel, she was talking about this deck. And when she spoke about this deck, I knew I needed to purchase this deck. And I did. And things got a whole lot better. Okay? So like I said, some people believe in spirituality, some people don't. Whatever you choose to believe in, that is your own choice. My choice is to continue to use this deck. Okay? Alright, so to each his own, Taurus. Here we go. Let's get started. Yeah. Alright. Taurus energy. What do we have for Taurus? What do we have for Taurus? You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Alright. Oh boy. Okay. Hopefully this person is not somebody who likes to play mind games. But it did show up. Alright. So Taurus, I believe there's a possibility you may have new beginnings in love. Okay? Yeah. New beginnings in love. Just beware of toxic people, toxic situations, toxic places. Alright. Here we go, Taurus. You have the Nine of Pentacles coming out, the Magician, the Lovers, and the Page of Wands. I'm about to say the Nine of Wands. Nine of Pentacles, Magician, the Lovers, Page of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Nine of Cups, the Sun, and the Hangman. Bottom of the deck, Taurus, is the Queen of Cups, inner J. I believe this is your inner J. Okay? But guess what, Taurus? I also feel like you're sitting pretty. Finances is not an issue. Okay? Now, something could have ended for you when it comes to maybe even a job could have ended for you, right? And that may be because you may have created something already that creates income for yourself. Or maybe that income has surpassed the income that you make on that corporate job, right? But I feel like The past energy is just saying that you are very safe and secure and sufficient in your own energy, which that's Taurus energy. It's all about family, safety, security, right? That's exactly where you were here. Past energy, Nine of Pentacles, okay? Virgo energy, but also the Ten of Swords. But I feel like there's something that you ended up, even though you may have been betrayed in a situation, you also ended it. There was something that had an energy of an ending to it. Like this was the last draw type of betrayal. Okay? You are your own wish fulfillment. But I feel like there are some wishes that will also be granted to you as well. You do have a lot of love for self, nurturing self, Nine of Pentacles lovers. But there's also someone in your energy, like I said, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Could be also maybe Gemini. Doesn't have to be, but I feel like you're headed towards something successful for yourself. If you are in an energy of receiving and allowing, okay? Receive and allow. In other words, like receiving spiritual communication, spiritual direction, spiritual guidance, okay? Waiting. Seeing things differently. And I also feel, Taurus, you have more than likely made some great sacrifices, okay? But the sacrifices that you have made brings in good news. And I feel like also, whatever plans you're making, I feel like those plans are going to bring in great things, okay? And you may be very excited about that as well, whatever that is for you. We shall see. Okay? Yeah. There was a cycle you closed out. Okay? So you have the Wheel of Fortune here. Nine of Swords. Justice. Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords. King of Cups. There go that water sign. And the Ten of Wands along with the Five of Cups. Yeah, I believe you're dealing with someone who they don't believe that you will cut them off. They don't believe that you will indeed detach. Maybe get a little exhausted with them, tired of them, okay, and leave, possibly. But I feel like you closed out a cycle. I told you, you ended something. Something was it's like the last straw to break the camel's back, okay? Ending. And you being very honest and direct and only accepting honesty and direct communication. Truth. And I believe you saw the truth in the situation, and maybe for a long time you didn't want to see this truth. Maybe for a long time you ignored it. Maybe for a long time you had hopes that things would get better. Okay? There may have been a divorce. Someone may be contemplating a divorce, thinking about a divorce. Okay? Seeing that they need to detach themselves from a situation or divorce someone. Justice is here to make things fair and balanced. I feel like, Taurus, things will go in your favor with justice being here and the lovers. I feel like it's possible that you will get justice for dealing with someone who more than likely kept you in a stuck energy, more than likely had you in a third party energy, possibly even caused you to, have a lot of mental conflict. That Eight of Swords, mental conflict, anxieties even, worries, sleepless nights, a lot of unpredictable energy, I feel, as well. But this person is in regret for that, for how they treated you too. Yeah, they're in regret for whatever they call themselves doing, whatever they've done. They're in regret about it. They hate they done that. It brought change, but I feel like it brought an unexpected change. Because see, she's asking for truth here. See, yeah, she's asking for truth. You see what I'm saying? You're dealing with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, preferably. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either one, you're dealing with a water sign, but you're also demanding truth from this person. Okay. This person you could have saw and thought that they were your wish fulfillment at one time until you realized they were not filling your cups as you needed them to. They were not giving to you as you needed them to, emotionally, mentally, okay, intellectually, physically, intimately. They were not giving like they should have been. They were not filling your cups. They were busy filling their own cups. This person could have been someone who was an overindulger when it came to either drinking, some type of possible addiction. I feel like drinking pretty much had this person. Intoxication, possibly even disrespectful most of the time. But you saw this person as wish fulfillment at one point until it wasn't fulfilling anymore, right? Your cups were empty and they weren't bothered about filling your cups. So you begin to manifest something different. You begin to manifest your way out, is how I feel. Something changed. And I feel like it's changed as far as your mindset, okay? It changed. You may have been dealing with someone who didn't care to carry their full load. Maybe even though you could have possibly been married to this person or in a long-term connection with this person, it's like you did most of the work maybe. They did nothing, maybe just, made money and bring money in, male or female. They made money, but they didn't take up on the work. They didn't share the work, whether it was in the relationship, working the house, working on the relationship, being a part of the relationship, playing their part, doing their part, providing equal give and take. I feel like that's not what you were experiencing dealing with this person. In fact, I feel like this person became more of a burden than anything. Ten of Wands. And they more than likely burdened you with deception and lies and probably gaslighting, a little trickery. There's betrayal here. You have 19 swords up in here. 19 breaks down to a 10. 9 plus 1, right? New beginnings for you, endings for this person. An ending that they did not know would happen. Unexpectedly, you got tired, I feel. You just got fed up. How about that? Because why? Because they was taking control and taking advantage of that Queen of Cups energy you were in. But see, now you're in this Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands, mama don't take no mess. Okay? Now, you may know how this person feel, and it may even, cause some emotional, upheaval, mentally, emotionally, maybe even physical, okay? But you're standing 10 toes down when it comes to taking action and going on with your life. That's how I feel. Queen of Wands energy, go-getter energy, action-oriented, okay? And this could have been something that was off and on or ongoing to where you were constantly repeating a negative cycle with this person. Because this is somebody who's pretty much, I just want to say simply selfish, self-centered. It's all about them. Okay? If you have children with them, they didn't help raise the kids. They may have been in the same house with the kids, but they didn't help raise the kids. They didn't help discipline the kids. None of that. No programs, no children programs and all that. They didn't show up. No, they weren't a part of the family dynamic the way they were supposed to be. Somewhere off, in the third party energy, somewhere off getting loaded, on alcohol or whatever, or gambling, or someone could have addictions here, okay? And like to overdrink. And when they overdrink, oh boy. And now there's a possibility, Taurus, you're already separated from this person. Things may not be final, but you could possibly be separated. And they could very well be watching with the Page of Swords. Okay. Some of you could very well be in the same home with this person, but they just watch your every move. Right? They don't want you to do nothing they wouldn't do. But the problem is, they would probably do a little of everything. So, okay, Page of Swords there, along with this Knight of Wands energy. Okay, I think there's a lot of action that you're taking to move forward. That's how I feel. And there's an energy of having to accept. There's acceptance, an energy of acceptance. Accepting what's real, what's true. Okay? You may have also found out that this person is definitely dealing with the third party energy. It's not just work. Okay? It's not just work. Yeah, you're enlightened, Taurus. You see the way you see the light. I feel like that has a lot to do with your justice too. You heading in a new direction. Starting something new, Wheel of Fortune. Sun. Starting something new. For self, lovers. Okay? But you may have been spending a lot of time on your own. You may have been planning some things, planning a move, strategizing to see what's next or how you want to approach, a move. But in hermit mode, this is Virgo energy as well. Could have a lot of Virgo in your chart. But there's an energy of discovery and there's an energy of enlightenment, but also energy of change. Okay? Also an energy of completion. This is the number 9. 9, we're in the year 9, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay, 2025, yeah. We're in the year 9. So 9 is a number of completion. Okay? Cycle complete. Cycle over. Long overdue. Okay, you may have felt like this is something that you wanted to hold on to in the past. You didn't want to release this or let this go for whatever reason. Maybe you didn't want to start over, okay? Or maybe you just didn't want to see that this person wasn't for you. You need to let this person go. But I feel like you're finally creating boundaries. You're finally standing up for yourself. Finally, you're speaking your truth. Queen of Swords. Saying how you feel, what it is and what it ain't, what you're going for, what you're not going for. I feel like it's that straw that broke the camel's back. That last, you just had it. That last straw. And now it's like you're holding back your energy from this water sign. Okay? And they're very well much trying to hold on to you. Yeah, a lot of conflict, childish energy, page energy, night energy. Okay? Taurus is trying to adult out here. Right? Stability, security, family, building. Right? Like mindset. Right? No fighting, no arguing, no drama, no immature. That's not the type of change you're looking for. Okay? That's not fake apologies and weak apologies and same old, all around the world, same song type of apologies. That's not what you're looking for. This is the energy you're detaching from. This is the energy you're doing away with. This is the energy you're holding back from. You don't want the childish energy. You want this person, or you just want someone matured, someone to match your energy. Not somebody you got to carry burden. Not somebody you got to carry, not somebody you got to correct, not somebody you got to raise. Show them the way, make sure they do this, make sure they act right, make sure they behave, make sure they know to be respectful. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Okay, you're doing away with the conflict, detachment. Okay, you don't care nothing about no apologies, because you done heard it all before, right? And you're done. You heard it all before. That's why you're walking away. Woo! Yeah, I love when the energies align. It's beautiful. You are walking away for the betterment of you, your benefit, your well-being, your mind, your set of mind, right? Your state of mind, right? Your health, right? Walking away because you know you deserve better, you know you deserve more, right? Not settling. So many times people settle. Okay, so they made a baby on me. Okay, well maybe I should have gave him more attention. All the making excuses. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, I should have did that. I should have did this. This would have made it better. This would have made it right. Why are you putting all the burdens on your back? What about them? What part of the relationship have they taken up to do the work on? What efforts have they made to make things right, to make things fair, to make amends? What efforts have they made? Or is it you putting forth all the effort towards? Which efforts have this person made? Other than the effort of keeping probably lies going, effort of gaslighting you, effort of arguing with you, effort of being disrespectful, the effort of being manipulative. Some of you, you've possibly had someone that made a baby on you, male or female. And that may have been that last straw that broke the camel's back. Some, you may have found out that they were sleeping around with somebody else. Yep, that's the same thing, that's how the baby was made. Okay. Somebody dealt with that. Somebody made a baby outside the relationship. And at first, you were probably trying to put up with it because you was in your Queen of Cups energy. Accepted it, see? But instead of accepting the low vibrational behavior of this person, how about we just accept the truth? This is no longer working. I don't want this anymore. I put too much time into this. I've sacrificed too much. I've given too much. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, somewhat overwhelmed, unappreciated. Time to go. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I accept the truth. I accept that this is nothing more than a burden. I accept that this person doesn't believe in equal give and take. I accept that this person is self-centered, selfish, doesn't respect me, doesn't love me genuinely. I accept that. I have to accept that. I must see that. It's a must. I must see it for what it is. I must. And once I see it for what it is, and I stand 10 toes down, they're not going to like it. But this is something they're going to have to accept. Time to go. Time to go. Taurus energy. Time to go, Taurus. Ooh, Taurus, you know what? Did we do your declare and decree? I think we did. Okay. I think we did. Okay. I want to make sure we do that. Taurus is on. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, Taurus, you may have like literally sacrificed for whoever this is resonating with. Okay. You may have literally, and this is long term, that means you would be up in age, and not necessarily that you would be up in age, because you could be young and have sacrificed quite a bit as well. But I feel like Taurus overall, regardless of age, I feel like there's been a lot of sacrifices of you giving up what you wanted for someone else. It could even be a career move. It could even be you wanted to move to a different city, a different state. But because the person you was with had work in this city and that state, and theirs seemed to be a little bit more important than yours, you allowed yourself to sacrifice what you wanted for what they had, for what they wanted. That's that Queen of Cups energy. You know, you allow that spouse to take them classes, go to school, get that degree, earn that degree while you put your life on hold, and you support them, you be there for them, you advise them, you make sure they have everything they need, you know, daily routines of cooking, cleaning, washing, preparing, right? Being a mother or being a father, being a single mother, being a single father, and the other mother or father is in the same house, but yet you feel like you're doing everything by yourself, male or female. This is the energy you more than likely dealt with. An energy of low-key jealousy, low-key envy, gaslighting, manipulation, one-upping, competing. You're dealing with all the low vibrational energy and behavior of a person because of the energy you were in. Too loving, too giving, too nurturing, over giving, over nurturing, over compensating, over, just giving excuses and everything. Overdoing it. 4-4 on the timer. Overdoing it. Okay? But you still have a lot of love to give, so you're giving it to yourself, and you have new beginnings also in love. Okay? You could possibly have a King of Wands coming in, Leo energy, possible fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Take it as it resonates. You could very well be drawing in a King of Wands energy once you detach from this existing situation. And you may have already detached. Okay? The Lovers is showing up, and so is Justice. And after some time of solitude, you know what you need to do. And it consists of you dropping any immature energy. It consists of you dropping any and every burden concerning any person, place, or thing so that you can go on your new beginning. Because this is what I see happening here for you, Taurus. We had the Ace of Cups coming out. After the Ace of Cups came out, because the Queen of Cups was already out, then you had the King of Wands coming out. So there'll be love between you and a fire sign. And I believe it's like a love of newness, long-lasting, longevity, possibility, okay? King of Wands. Ace of Cups is the energy between you and this King of Wands in the future energy. And then behind the King of Wands was the Ten of Pentacles. So more than likely, this is the energy that you're going toward. Queen of Cups, that's you. New beginnings in love with a possible fire sign. Longevity life. Because it's like, I don't know why I keep seeing the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like the Ten of Pentacles is here. You are already in your Nine of Pentacles energy here with that single card, but yet this is what you're drawing in. Okay, Ten of Pentacles energy. That stability that you love so much. The security, stability, right? Having those solid foundations, family. That's what you love. That's where you reside. That's what feeds your soul. This, something real, something solid, sturdy, dependable, a dependable person, dependable partner, right? A loving partner, a generous partner, somebody you can trust, and someone you can build with. So this is the energies to come right here. Okay? Now, some of you could have been dealing with a King of Wands in the past, and that could be a King of Wands that you could be coming away from, or a water sign, or a water sign that had fire in this chart. But you definitely blocked someone out, and therefore when you detach from whether it was a water or fire, or someone with water or fire in their chart, when you detach from that, that's going to draw love to you, because detaching from someone who is in a low vibrational way of misbehavior, bad behavior, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, bad behavior. So anybody in that energy, you're going to come away from that. That's going to automatically draw in new positive energy to you, because you had the willpower to close out a negative energy. Wheel of Fortune, cycle closed. Okay? 10 of Swords, cycle ended. It's over. Done. No more illusions, no more lies, no more gaslighting, right? No more manipulation. It's a done deal. You're standing your ground. You mean what you're saying what you mean. You stand your ground, you're choosing your battles wisely, but you're creating those boundaries too. You mean it. You're blocking things in people, places, whatever. You're blocking it out. Creating the boundaries that need to be created a long time ago, but hey, better late than never. And then that's causing you to walk away. Because why? You are making sure you fill your own cups. You're gonna feel you're gonna be fulfilled regardless. That's what's gonna draw in the new love, the new energy. Because first you're filling your own cups. Those same cups that you had to walk away from are the same cups that you'll be responsible for fulfilling for yourself. And I feel like you're going to be able to do that successfully. The sun is here. You'll be able to do that successfully. All right, Taurus? Anything else for Taurus? A lot of action, spiritual knowledge, wisdom. Something you're also discovering about yourself too has to do with possibly a spiritual gift. There may be, like I said, someone here that will go through a divorce. That divorce will go in your favor because of infidelity. Okay? If you are in fact experiencing a divorce. Everybody's not experiencing that. Some people are just coming away from a long-term relationship and you're walking away from that. And that too is just fine, because that's your justice. And your justice also within that is to draw in new energy. Taurus, I hope someone said that can help you move forward. I hope the messages were helpful for you. Okay? And I hope it made sense for you as well. And until next time, Taurus, take care.